the thirst trap is real. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. Amanda here, and we are going to be talking about how and why I tied my tubes at 22, so young. I'm pretty much just going to be answering everybody's questions, and again, I'm so freaking sorry about this video being so late. So I had recorded this video already, and unfortunately my sound was acting so weird I had to delete the whole video. So now we're doing a whole new one. Okay guys, question number one is the healing process close to a C-section? That I really do not know. When I had my tubal ligation done, I was already open from doing the labor and all that stuff. So I don't really know the healing process. I just know the aftermath of it was definitely different and a different type of pain. So I would say it still kind of sucked. So yeah, I don't really know. Question number two, how did you know you were 100% sure you wanted to do this? I kind of wasn't. Like, I was 100% sure, but like in the back of my head, it was kind of like, do you really want to do this? Do you really want to do this? We decided that it was the 100% right decision to do, only because I have two girls, and the only reason I wanted another kid was to have a boy, which is so unfair. But financially and just in reality, I feel like having another kid would just not be a fit for us, and only because of gender. I think that's kind of ridiculous. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm happy with my two girls, we'll leave it at that. And it was pretty huge, but if I was 100% sure at the time, I don't really know. But looking back on it, I'm like, okay, like that was a really good decision, because there's really no babies that need to be made anymore into this world. Question number 3, did they use a granny knot? How did they let you tie your tube so young? They have so many requirements. I honestly don't know. It's kind of crazy, because like I know, like, say like more of like the Catholic churches, or I think like just most churches or most hospitals are like, absolutely not, you're too young, you know, all this stuff. They do not let you. And I don't know if my reasonings were just really good, but they didn't give me like a huge hassle or anything. They just were kind of like, you know, okay, if that's what you decide, that's fine. Don't get me wrong, they did ask me plenty of times, are you sure? 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 And I don't know, but honestly, my advice to you guys, if you guys are younger and my age, around my age, don't just get a tubal ligation because you're no longer with your baby's dad and you're mad and you're upset, and you guys just went through a breakup and you guys have a kid and I don't want no more kids, blah blah blah, I'm mad, I'm gonna tie my tubes. I don't think that that's fair, only because I feel like everybody has their own person in their life, and maybe it wasn't the person that you have your child with, but what if you find your person in the future and you want to give that person a child? What are you going to do? That's not fair, and I think that that's just some things that you should think about, because I feel like people want to do this tubal ligation stuff on emotion, on how they feel and how their life is now, when really you could just take birth control, because it's a huge step in life and you might regret it in the future. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Did you have support? I feel like once I had my first kid, I kind of like lost a lot of people. So once I had my second kid, like there was only, you know, conversation between me and their dad, me and my mom, because my mom is like my biggest decision maker. I call her for everything. And that was really it. So I did have the support that I needed. Um, and I had, some of my family members who helped me with the decision. So I did have support, and it was a good small amount of support. I feel like when you're talking to people about these things, you kind of have to be careful because of the fact that um, some people just don't agree with it, which is fine, but opinions are different than them kind of bashing you. Did you feel this is something you will regret in the future? When I made the decision, I was like, oh my God, I am going to regret this. And I wasn't even thinking about it when I was actually in labor. I was like, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, I just had my baby. And then I was like, oh my God, like I literally tied my tubes and I'm not having no other babies. Like this is it. This is done. And P.S. so sad. My daughter is officially potty trained and now like there's no more diapers. Like no cute little diapers or diaper butts or anything. Like it's all, my babies are growing up. So yeah, I don't live in regret, that's for sure. I don't live in regret. But at the time I just kind of was like, wow, did I make the right decision? And like I said, don't act on emotion because you're gonna feel that regret. Like, was I supposed to, so now 2020, I do not live in regret. I'm very happy with my decision. Don't get me wrong, I love babies, and I think they're so awesome, and I encourage them for my family, and I want to snuggle with them. But as for me and my family, we are good with our 2 girls. There are other options and other kids in need, so if we ever need to go that route, we can. Okay, I really like this question. It says, have your hormones been affected at all by this? As these last 2 years have like passed, I feel like I have changed and I have grown and my mind has changed, and I've never really thought about my hormones changing, which is amazing that somebody asked me this because I had to rethink and like think about my life because my hormones have changed tremendously. Now, is it because of this? I have no idea. I do have menstrual problems, but my hormones have changed a lot in this past 2 years, and I've had my tubal ligation for 2 years, almost 3 years. So I don't know. I honestly don't know if that's like a thing or if that happens, but I can definitely tell you my hormones changed, whether that's just, I'm growing up, age, or if it's because I've had my period for so long, or if it's just because I got my tubes tied. Like, I don't know, but something is out of whack. Something's kinked in there. I snap very fast, and there's just things that are different. So I don't know. I guess I should ask my doctor that. I have a question. It's what's the process? The process. So I know that there's different methods of this. Some of them you can like clamp and unclamp like when you're ready, so like you're for sure not having a baby and then you're like, you can have a baby. There's also like where they put like this coil in there that like plugs it, but there's still like a chance you could get like pregnant, I think. And then there's one where they like cut, burn, throw away, blah, everything's gone. I don't really know the process. So what method did you choose? So I chose the one where it's pretty much like cut off, sealed, burned, all of that stuff. And the reason being was because I really feel like I don't need another kid. And honestly, like, the whole back to regret thing, I feel like if God truly, truly, truly was like, Amanda, you need to have a baby, God is such a strong man, and he makes things happen, and if the Holy Spirit is helping me get another baby, then it's meant. I know plenty of people who have had their miracle babies from getting their tubes tied, and then they end up having a baby 20 years later. Like, please Jesus, don't do that to me, because that is like starting all the way over. But I mean, that's off topic, but that is something that can happen. You can still get pregnant from things like that. So this method, I don't even know what it's called. I just know I got the one that's like the most effective. I'm not having kids. Last question is, I thought you had to be 25. I do not know the age requirement. And again, I was 22. I was 22, crazy. So I honestly feel like, again, 25 is still kind of young to decide that, unless you have like 10 kids already. Like, okay, just cut it, bleh. But if not, I mean, really think about it, you guys. It's a really hard decision. It's really important. Don't act on emotion. All of that stuff, because it's gonna suck if you regret it. I feel like it's just, I mean, it's not like an abortion, but it's a big life decision. This is your family, this is your kids, this is your future, all of that stuff. So just really think about it. If you guys have any other questions, please comment down below. I can also make another video. Again, I'm so sorry that this took way too long. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to be on here a lot more. I am officially home forever. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe.